This is the third video in the series of 3 for Canarian business owners, especially the ones who speak English. And it's the most important one I always find for local businesses to record, which is what they need to, what do they expect? What will they get from you? And the reason I suggest recording a what to expect video is because it really is the one that's most watched usually. If you can think about this, it can answer all those little questions that people always ask you before they come into your place. Usually they're the ones that people call you and go, have you got this, excuse me, and all this. And tends to be answering those questions makes it much easier for them to reach out to you because they know then what those little questions are already answered, okay? It may be that people are already interested in what you have. It's very possible they need what you have to offer, but they don't get that you've got what they need. They've probably already seen your post, your page, your ad, or your website, but they're at that stage where they're still unsure about taking the next step because they've still got questions in their heads. And they could be thinking things like, what's going to happen if I message them? Are they going to try and sell me things? Will I get pressured into buying something I don't need right now? And then things like, do I actually know exactly what I want from these people? I don't really get what it is that they do. And then questions like, gosh, is somebody going to explain all the options I have? Am I going to know which option to choose? Things like, I wonder if I need to book in or if I could just walk into the place. Other things like, I wonder what happens first. I wonder what I need to take with me. I wonder how long it's going to take. I wonder how long I need to take out of my day to go there. I wonder what they're going to need from me to be able to do the thing, okay? This is why a what to expect video is so powerful, because you can answer all those questions that people always ask you or need to know the answers to. And it makes the first step for them feel so much easier because they feel like they know what's going on before they step in. It gives them confidence. So again, think about this like a networking conversation. If someone met you in person and was interested in what you did, they'd probably ask, well, how does this all work? What happens if I come to you? What happens if I speak to you about your service? What do we do together? I mean, even something like, what would I need to do next? What do I need to do if I want your thing? Because all those questions are what in people's minds. You know this for yourself if you're choosing a service, so I don't need to explain this one to you. But this video is simply you answering those questions online that people always ask you. And then you're helping people to understand what happens before they contact you. And that means that they feel confident. They feel clear in their mind that you're the right person. They feel comfortable. That is essential, isn't it? You get a different conversation. Somebody feels comfortable than somebody feels nervous. So for this particular video, I'm going to give you 3 questions to give you an idea, okay? So first thing I'd look at is, what should someone do if they're interested? And then what happens if somebody contacts you? What happens to them? What do you do? What do they do? And the third, what do you usually talk through or help them to understand usually? And you could start with, for example, if you've been thinking about contacting us, here's what usually happens. And then you just explain the steps, like step 1, step 2, step 3, okay? Maybe they send you a WhatsApp message. That's a favourite way these days. Maybe they call. People like the phone. Maybe they're going to send you photographs of something they need looking at. Maybe if you're a mechanic or an aesthetics or there's different situations. Someone might send a photograph, but maybe they just book a visit or an appointment or consultation or a quote and they're not quite sure what's going to happen next. But maybe you ask a few questions to them first to see if they're the right fit for you, so that you can say what they need, and then you say, yeah, this is for you, or no, I know someone better. But then you explain what you're going to go through, what you're going to talk about, and you can say something like, I don't know, well, we'll ask what you're looking for and what you've already tried, what the problem is and what kind of result you want. So that can be something you might be saying if that's your process. Or it could be something like, we'll explain your options clearly before you make any decision and you can ask us any questions you like. Or it could be something like, we'll tell you what we can help you with if you tell us about your situation. And we'll also make sure that if you're not the right fit, we'll tell you that too, but we'll also refer you to somebody who we think is a better fit for you. But it's this kind of clarity, as you can imagine, that builds trust with people. And it also helps the right people just feel confident about reaching out, especially because you're saying, and if you want to speak to me, send a WhatsApp or call me. So if you record a simple video explaining what happens when somebody contacts you about your service, all you need to do is keep it practical, keep it reassuring, keep it to the truth, keep it to the point. And just speak to people as if it's just one person standing in front of you, your ideal client, usually say, and they're asking you, what happens if I contact you? Or what happens if I come to your shop? Or what happens if I ask for your service? And if you'd like to create your own version using my structure, again, I've got a really simple template that you can just print off and fill in that I use for my own clients, and I'm happy to give that to you for free. I'm actually going to put the links in below these videos so you can just click on them and download them, and they're completely free, and they're to help businesses over here in Canaries.